Thought people were friendly outside the city.
You can only go so far on the kindness of strangers.
What is Final Fantasy XV Pocket Edition? It seems like a pretty simple question, but figuring out the answer is actually kinda tough. You could say that it was a demake, but since it only runs on high-end devices, which themselves cost more to buy as standalone products than the consoles the game was originally released on, that doesn't really make much sense. So is it a standalone experience? Well, no, because it's still the same story, albeit told with fewer polygons and a less interactive battle system. And above and beyond that central query, there's another question we really need to ask. Is Final Fantasy XV Pocket Edition worth buying? Let's get the good stuff out the way first. The game is surprisingly charming, and its art style makes it feel more like a Final Fantasy game than the souped-up visuals and endless vistas of the original. It's fun as well. Rather than trying to shoehorn the console experience onto your phone or tablet, it's tailored things for the devices it's been designed for. Where in the original you're controlling Noctis with a variety of button pushes, joystick presses, and trigger pulls, here a lot of that is taken out of your hands. Tap and you'll attack a monster automatically, leaving you to concentrate on guard breaks, special dashes, and using the super moves of your cohorts. Now it doesn't mean you're just standing around watching though. There's still a lot for you to do while your party of royal dude bros smashes monsters with swords. You can swap weapons, heal, change targets, do dash attacks, and so on. And it all works really well. It takes the basis of the Final Fantasy XV system and turns it into something that actually feels good on touchscreen. When you're not fighting, you're navigating the world with taps. Poke a finger on the screen and Noctis will find a route to get there. It means things like getting stuck on scenery tends not to happen, which is nice. There's also an incredible amount to do in the game, once you've bought everything that you need to, and it's here that the problems start to creep in. For one thing, it's using a similar payment system to Super Mario Run. You get the first chapter for free, but then you have to pay. Now for some people that's not going to be a problem, but we know others will get upset for whatever reason. And you need to fork out £20 to get the whole game. All of which brings us back to the original statement, just what is Final Fantasy XV Pocket Edition? It seems to fit in this strange mid-core slot between a true Final Fantasy game and the more casual experiences that Square Enix has released on mobile. But it's a mid-core experience that costs more than most things on the App Store, and you're going to have to put hours and hours and hours into it if you want to get the most out of it. Here's the thing though. If everything you've seen so far of Final Fantasy XV Pocket Edition appeals, it probably is for you. In many ways, it's a spectacular achievement. Everything it sets out to do, it does really well, and you could make a case for it being one of the best Final Fantasy games on mobile, certainly one of the most unique. But if you're not immediately won over by the visuals and the charm or the world of Final Fantasy XV, it's a really hard sell. If you're a huge fan of the series, you've already bought it and you're probably not even watching this review. But if you're part of that other, more nebulous group, we'd recommend you pick up the game, play the free bit, and see if it's the sort of thing you want to throw money at. It's got a lot going for it, but Final Fantasy XV Pocket Edition's inherent identity crisis could be its undoing.